You know what I
You
mean?
got the
Certain man
Chapman.
getting their chain took, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them. It can never be my chain. That's all I'm saying. Man can't be popping my chain, blood. What in the summer? Sun's out, you know. Man's getting their chain popped, you know. Bro, it's peak, fam.
And it's not
Fam, he
even like
only wants Arsenal on that. He gave them his word and that.
it's not even like you get your chain took and then you ask for it back, bro. They can't ask for it back. It's just gone.
Nope. It's gone.
It's gone. There's
Gone,
nobody
blood.
to help.
Fam, it's brazy. You know, like that. And you know what? This is City are just annoying, bro. They're just very
Bro,
annoying. They're just very annoying.
City,
They just
they're
won the
just
treble.
they're just lurking in the back, and then they just go, you know what? All right, you want the money? Here you go. That's just how they do business, man. And bro, it just sounds like City to go in for Rice, innit? But then
Mm.
again, I'm asking myself, do they really need him? Probably not, but they're probably just doing it to
But
annoy
they, but
everyone,
they,
innit?
but they do now, because think about it. No Calvin Phillips. Ilkay
Oh
is
yeah.
gone.
Is he gonna leave?
I think they're gonna get rid of Calvin Phillips. They might even
Okay.
offer him. They could offer him to West Ham. I would. You know the ones there.
That's not a bad shout.
So they can get rid of him, and also no Ilkay Gundogan now, and
Hmm.
also obviously the Bernardo Silva noise to what's
Saudi.
it? The Saudis not going away, and if Bernardo goes to Saudi, all that happens is Phil Foden goes to the left, Rice comes in the middle.
Oh
I mean
yeah.
to the right, sorry, and then so like for me, they do kind of need him. Not need him, but there's a place for him.
There's a place for him. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense. And if
So
anything, listen, if you're a player, if you're Rice, sorry, leaving West Ham, you just won the Conference League. You've been an integral part. You've been the captain, and you're being presented with two choices: Arsenal or Man City. Listen, your choice is quickly made, innit? Do you know what I mean? And forget all the he wants to live in London, bro. When it comes to winning, you don't care where you live.
bro, he
I
just
mean,
seen Jack Grealish, bro. Listen, he's just gone, yeah, to England camp. He's seen Jack Grealish, Phil Foden,
Kyle
Phillips,
Walker,
Walker, all these men that
yeah.
won trebles, that were out partying and that. Do you know? And he's just lifted a European trophy, so now he's got the taste for winning. Do you know what I'm saying? Why are you then
Mhm.
gonna go and sign for Arsenal if you're serious? If Man City is an option?
Exactly, because this winning streak is going to carry on for Man City now.
Mm.
Next season, they're gonna pick up straight off where they left it. They're gonna pick up where they left it off last season. So I'm sure Rice is looking at this and thinking, I want to be part of that. Yeah, John Stones as well. Someone mentioned in the comments. He's
Mm.
looking at all these guys and he's thinking, yo, I want to be part of that. Because surely, like you said, in the England camp, bro, there's no way these men don't talk about it.
Mm.
They talk about it. I've even seen like a little clip of when England played Malta. And I think Kyle Walker was on the bench with Phillips and was it Grealish? And obviously they're saying stuff to each other, but it was in slow motion, innit? And people were
Yeah.
reading lips. And Kyle Walker was saying, "Yo, what was Kyle Walker saying? You were drunk or something, something like that." It is so, bro. Man, are just on the bench, bro.
Yeah, but
Bantering.
even Gareth Southgate said the players are tapping each other up and that, bro. Like he said it
There
in
you go.
a joke way, of course, because this is what happens. Man City now are like Man United in the early 2000s
Yeah.
when we had Beckham, we had the Nevilles, we had Butt, we had Scholes, we had Ferdinand, all these men in the England squad. You know, like
Mhm.
that, and I might have Rooney. Like I'm sure there's players I've missed as well. Blood, the
Yep.
England squad was Man United and few man here and there sprinkled, and now it's Man City, bro. Like you look
Exactly.
at that, them man have named like 5-6 players that are Man City players now in the England squad. Like they are the presence that we were. Do you know what I mean in the early
Mm.
2000s, bro? And that's what it is. People want and don't think that these guys weren't talking to these players and tell them to come play.
Yeah, 100%. They talk amongst each other, man. And yeah, listen, right now it would make so much sense for Rice to go to to replace Gundogan, like the comment
Mm.
says, and to go to Man City. Is he gonna take is it gonna take some time for him to adapt? Possibly. I'd probably give him a season, but then it could be a thing where the second season he just explodes. Do you know what I mean? On top of that, I even forgot they got Kovacic as well, but because of the injuries here and there, he's not gonna play every
Relied
season.
upon. I think he's a great signing because he's a pet player, man. He's got amazing feet. He's probably the best ball carrying midfielder in the league, bro. Like on
100%.
he's
I've always liked his
fucking
ball
good.
carrying abilities, and
Unreal
he's
player.
he's he's gonna cook at Man City, and Pep's gonna turn him into something different, man.
Yeah, Chelsea killed him, but the way this guy breaks lines with the ball at his feet, Like no one in the league can do that centrally, innit? Like he's
Mm.
different. So it's one of them ones where if it's not even if he can stay, bruv, he doesn't even have to stay fit, bruv. He can give City 20 games. They'll be
I was
that's what they
literally
brought him
going to
in
say
for.
that.
That's what they brought him in for.
Yeah, 20. Give him 20 games and play in the most important ones, and then the little games and the other competitions, leave him on the bench. Don't have to play, whatever. But yeah, nah, Rice and Kovacic for Man City, that would be great business for them. Great business. But I just like the way they always think ahead, innit? Pep is always thinking ahead. Yes, they won the treble, but how can we still improve? And I rate that so much, man. Because a lot of managers would think, you know what? Let me chill. We just won the treble. Pep wants more, man. I'm sure, bro, they're gonna go for that quadruple next season. They're gonna go for it.
100%. And yo, this midfield here, yeah, bruv. Gundogan, Pedri, and De Jong is brazy. I can't
That's
lie.
gonna be a cheat code, man.
That's a brazy midfield because we've seen Gundo play the Rodri role for
Man
Pep,
City.
and he can do it for
Yeah.
Barcelona and allow De Jong to kind of be the one that goes further forward of the two.
Yeah,
And
that's
Pedri's
gonna
just
be
Pedri,
disgusting.
bro. That free, yeah, forget about it. You know what I
That's
mean?
gonna be disgusting.
That
I
midfield
actually
is
think that's
crazy.
a good choice. I actually think that's a good choice. A lot of people were saying that he should have gone to Saudi. I was like, no. I'm trying to see this guy for at least 2 or 3 more years.
But that shows he's still got fire in his belly, innit? That's what it shows. After winning the treble, that's almost the best time to say, all right, let me go get my money. So the fact that he's gone to Barca, it shows he's still got fire in his belly and he still wants to prove himself and achieve some stuff in one of the top 4 leagues in Europe.
That's it. And all of a sudden now, the Classicos are looking interesting again because last season it was kind of dead. But this season, I might watch it.
100%. A man said Rice is actually a downgrade for City when you compare him to Gundogan. Yeah, but bro, most players are a downgrade compared to Gundogan. Do you know what I mean? And Silva. But the problem is, yeah, it's like when you look at football now, most of these players are downgrades from the players that were before them. Like we were saying the same thing with Jesus Navas. In his prime, he couldn't get nowhere near the Spanish team. And now he's in the Spanish team at like 37 or something like that because the general standard of player is dropping significantly. So because of that, the like for like swaps are not there anymore in football.
Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
No, they're not doing it. And you can look at it like when you see the state of the Spanish team, and they've always been a nation that have produced so many top players, like from the day I was born, I've never seen such a weak Spanish team. You know,
that's pretty much the first time, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and that tells you everything you need to know about the state of football in general. There's not many teams that are in the midst of. There's not many Frances out there. Let's put it that way. That have 4 players in each position. Do you know what I mean? That you envy. Do you know what I mean? Even when you look at Brazil, do you know what I mean? Brazil is still good, but they lack they're not the scary Brazil that I've known my whole life. Do you know what I mean? They're not scary. Richarlison, it's not scary. Do you know what I'm saying? Rafinha, it's not scary, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Like these men are not scary.
Nope.
I mean, that's bruv. Like man was looking at real killers in that team, and now you're looking at these guys. They're not scary. You know what I mean? Like it's only really France. It's only really France that have the depth and the quality. That you look at man that are still scary. So it's one of them ones where like that's just the general state of football. So saying Rice is a downgrade isn't necessarily disrespectful to him. Just the general like modern day football is a big downgrade.
Yeah. And to be fair, he doesn't really have to be, he doesn't have to stand out even if he goes to Man City. He'd have to stand out more if he goes to Arsenal because they're going to expect more from, well, because of the price tag and because of just who he is as a player and the name as well. Whereas if he goes to Man City, he's just going to be expected to do the simple things well. And Pep will help him do that. Pep will help him do that.
And it will be the same as Grealish. Like he'll go there, he will just do very understated things. People will say he's not having an impact and they'll be winning games. That's exactly what happened with Jack. They were saying, oh, he's not doing nothing. Oh, he's not the same player. But bro, they were winning games.
You know and he'll be part of a well-oiled machine, innit? So, and everybody's doing their part in being part of that well-oiled machine. And no, like I said, yeah, Rice doesn't have to be special if he goes to Man City. He just has to do his job. He'll go under the radar, but he'll do the simple things well.
100%. Nah, I'm not really believing this. I don't know. There's no source here. Talking about never to Newcastle, but But they're saying they're both owned by PIF. But wasn't that the same rumor floated around about CR7 and that didn't materialize? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I
I don't think so.
I don't think that's going to happen. I did see the reaction to that though. Reaction from people online. A lot of virtue signaling, as I expected.
Why? What are they saying?
I don't know if you've seen the. Did you see the Jamie Carragher tweet?
No.
Oh, he went off. Like he went off. He said something along the lines of, if that was to happen, it would be like a tragedy. He was like, now he was reacting to the Bernardo Silva thing. He said Bernardo Silva in his peak years, is in his peak years and has been one of the best players in the world in the past 5 years. I wasn't worried about the Saudi league taking players in their 30s. A touch worried with players below the elite, in between brackets, Neves. But if this happens, it feels like a game changer. Saudi have taken over golf, the big boxing fights, and now they want to take over football. This sports washing needs to be stopped. And then he added the Premier League and UEFA.